Hi, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton. I am the Inventor Lady and also President and CEO of Archimedes Offspring. So you've seen a lot of overlap, but it's for a good reason. Okay, let me explain a little bit to you. Inventor Lady, I've been working with inventors for 15 years. We always would get to a point in the process of teeing something up for licensing when the inventor would say, I don't have any more money. Money was always a problem. I would get inventors with brilliant ideas coming to me and saying, but I'm out of money. It's like, I don't know what to tell you because I can't help with that. Now we can. All right. So Inventor Lady and Archimedes Offspring put together a mentoring and funding mechanism for inventors, for independent small inventors who get caught in that, what we refer to is the valley of death. All right. Got big money signs on the gates. Because you can't get out of it. All right. Too many inventors get forced into being then in startup mode. All right. Which now you're risking the house, your 401ks, credit card scores, everything just to get more money because you've already put so much into it. Don't do that. All right. Leverage what you've got. Go with Archimedes Offspring. So as we now are into kind of this counting down the days before we launch that first family. And we refer to everything as families, all right? We believe in families. Families got each other's back. Families, they're not always perfect, neither are we, but we try really hard. And right now we're making sure that all of the stuff on the investor side is set up exactly the way the accountants and the attorneys tell us it needs to be. And so, when they're saying, well, why haven't you launched yet? Making sure it is right and not depending just on us, but looking at the outside. What does the SEC need? What does the IRS need? What do the attorneys say we need? What do the accountants say we need to make sure it's all in place before we go? Okay, so what are we doing on the inventor side of it, which is for you guys as inventors, what you really want to hear? Well, I don't know. The money side's pretty important because that's where you're going to get the money to do this. But anyway, we're going to let them, the money people, take care of the money side of it. What we're going to do is make sure that they've got something to work with. Investors, all right, want to know what they're investing in, right? That's you. They're investing in you. All right. So when we look at then, they're not saying, okay, I want to invest in this one. And if that one goes south, they've lost all their money. No, that's not the way this is going to work. There will be 15 to 20 in this first fund. And what's cool is that we can add as we go along. So there's not a hard deadline that you have to have your submission in by Monday. All right. Because we'll always be able to add good ones as we go, because these are families. All right. People move in, people move out, people come and go, they grow up, they mature, they move on. That's why we like the idea of family. So that kind of explains that a little bit. There's a lot of love. And we want you to be able to understand, really what we're doing. So on the inventor side, when you take a look at it, if you're just getting started, and a lot of our inventors, they're just getting started, which is where we want, inventors who say, I'm kind of in one of those 4 fear factors of no money, no family support, don't know what I'm doing, or I just don't want to rock the boat. We want to be able to help you get out of one of those fear factors and make something with your idea. So the first thing we do is we want an independent search. All right. We've got resources and places we can point you if you don't know where to go. That's great. The next thing is that a patentability opinion. That's critical. We need to know, can we file a good patent on it? Because we need to know if it can be defended. So those things are in place. If you've already filed, I get so many inventors say, well, what if I've already filed? I don't qualify. Yes, you do. You can actually come to us at any phase where you run into money problems, any phase. All right. You are not evaluated based on what you've done so far or what your credit score is. It's based strictly on the merits of the invention. So we've got a gentleman just got done with his vetting process from Virginia area. He's already got prototypes, but he doesn't have the money to do that first run. Great product. We love his product. All right. So we actually have several inventors who already filed their patents. They've already got prototypes, and they need that first run done so that we can get the attention of and the big boys and be able to prove that we can sell it. That's what Archimedes does. Holds your hand, walks you through the process. And that's really what we want to be able to do. So that first phase of vetting, which is we're in kind of now the second and third phases, but for you, if you haven't applied yet, please do. All right. The first phase is an administrative phase, making sure that all the parts are there, answering any questions you have, getting back to you and letting you know if we need additional material. Second phase is where George and I really now take a serious look at things. We may set a conference call. So if you get an email next week that says, we would really like to talk to you, what time zone are you in? What's a good time of day? And what's the best number? If you've already applied, be looking for that kind of email next week. We want to be able to talk to you. I am your advocate when it comes to the family side, all right, the money side. And I want to be able to understand what it is. Now, if you don't have prototypes and videos, that's fine. But then I really need to talk to you so I understand exactly what you're doing. If you've got videos, prototypes, you can send me pictures, images, you filed a patent. A lot of the questions we have will be answered by that. So it's especially for the folks that are just getting teed up that we may need to have a conversation with. If you don't get something back from us, don't have a panic attack. All right. If you've got any questions, shoot over an email, but we will be getting in touch with everyone who has submitted for AOS next week with an update on an email as far as you specifically, all right, where you are in the process and whether or not we need to set a phone call. All right. So we're getting this teed up now. We are hoping that we are able to then finalize that with the industry experts in the next 2 weeks. That's our time frame. And we're pairing this with the investor side so that when they're ready for us, we're ready to present, and then we're ready to launch, and then we'll be reaching out onto the investor side of things. So as we get through this process and get teed up, all right, there's a lot of moving parts. Everybody else is shopping for Black Friday and cutting down Christmas trees, and we are working. All right, we are vetting. We are going through our spreadsheets and seeing who do we need to contact. So no rest on this side of it. We've got a lot of work that we want to do before the end of the year so that 2020 is an amazing year for all of us. All right. For every inventor out there who is afraid to get off the sofa, you are finding a resource that says, let's go and let's get this done. So we will talk more about all of those steps and what's going on, keep you updated and informed. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you really do have a wonderful holiday weekend because we have work to do next week. Tune in. I will talk to you on Monday.